Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today's real user review, we're taking a look at the new Matador ReFraction Packable Backpack. And as always, right up top, the disclaimer. I paid for this bag with my own money. I have no affiliation with Matador in any way, shape, or form. All of the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with Matador private publication. They will see this when you do. Now, if you've seen, I've done a couple videos on my Matador Beast 28. It is probably one of my most used, most loved backpacks. So when the new ReFraction Backpack came out, I took a look at it and I said, that is basically the bag that I have been searching for my Disney bag. Now let's get a spec rundown of the ReFraction out of the way. The ReFraction Packable Backpack is part of the new Matador ReFraction series. There's also a duffel bag and a sling. The backpack comes in at $60 USD. This is a packable 16-liter bag. It comes in black, as seen here, slate blue, and Arctic white. The bag is built from recycled nylon and other materials that meet Blue Sign criteria. The main body of the bag is a 100D recycled PU-coated nylon. The zippers are YKK PU-coated sealed zippers. The bag does feature security zipper loops on the main body of the bag, as well as the quick access pocket on the top. And the bag does feature a luggage pass-through. Now, I bought this pack with all intentions of this being my Disney bag because it looked so much like the bag that I had in my head. I will tell you right now, this is not going to be my Disney bag. We will get into all of that. But how did I end up using this pack? Well, I used this on a long weekend trip to New York City. I had all intentions of getting some cool footage in New York, especially Times Square at night. But Times Square at night was, in the summer, in July, an absolute nightmare. And we had not one, but two children we were trying to keep track of and not lose. So here's a dramatic reenactment of me in Times Square with the ReFraction on. I used this as my dad bag at the park a couple of days. I took this to a county fair, and I did use this on a short little hike. We didn't go too far, so I didn't need like my full Matador Beast 28 loadout. It was a good day, we had some fun, and I used the pack for that as well. But you want to hear the real user review. That's why you're here. You want to know if this bag is worth your 60 bucks. So we're going to get into it. And as always, we'll start with the negatives so we can end on a positive note. And the first and biggest negative with this bag is these straps right here. They were absolutely terrible. The left strap would just cut into and dig right into my left armpit area. It would just dig right in here, and it hurt very bad. It wasn't just uncomfortable after wearing it for a while, it just downright hurt. And then the right shoulder strap would actually slip off my right shoulder, so I had one shoulder falling off, one shoulder digging in. So I had no choice but to use the sternum strap to make this bag both stay on my body and be any comfortable at all. Because when I would buckle the sternum strap, it would hold the right shoulder strap from sliding off, and it would kind of pull the left one out of my armpit. So it kind of made them into a neutral point on my body. And it was comfortable enough to wear at that point. And I will say that even though the shoulder straps themselves aren't very thick, they do have a bit of padding in them, which for a packable bag, generally you don't get padding in the shoulder straps of a packable bag. It's just the material. But there is a little bit of padding here. So when I was wearing the sternum strap to kind of compensate for the slippage and diggage, it was okay. I won't say it was comfortable to wear, but it was okay to wear. I could wear it for a longer period of time. So I think these straps would best suit a very petite person, because I feel like the digging in was more painful and uncomfortable than the sliding off. So I think that this is definitely going to fit a more petite frame, because I'm not going to lie, I do have a broad chest. It runs in my family. We all have bigger chests. So this could very well be just my personal body type, but nonetheless, these straps were very, very uncomfortable for me to wear. I did not like them, and honestly, I'm probably not going to use this bag again once I'm done with this review, because it just was not comfortable for me to wear. The next negative for this bag is it's actually kind of small. This is a 16-liter pack, but I feel like this is very, very small. I have a LBT 14-liter day pack, and I've had the GR Bullet 15-liter, both of which I would say, can carry like double the capacity of this bag. So I'm thinking the overall internal space of the main body of the bag is probably more like 12-ish liters, and the other 4 liters they're getting from all of these expansions. So if they really stretched and packed out the water bottle pockets, and then this front stretch pocket here, if they stretch all of this out, I think that's where they're getting a couple of the liters of the overall dimension of the bag, because the bag itself, it's pretty small and it carries a lot less than I expected to carry, which was a bit of an issue for me, because for my Disney bag, why I bought this, I wanted 16 to 20 liters. I wanted to have enough space so I can carry the things that I needed, have a little bit extra room, but I didn't want something like a mid 20 to 30 liter bag, because I didn't want to bring too much junk with me and have too much. So I was trying to find that sweet spot, and I felt that this bag, it did not hit that sweet spot because it was just too small. I feel like this was undersized for a 16 liter pack. And there you have it. That's it for my negatives. I really had those 2 negatives, the straps being a very, very big one. And honestly, for me, the straps are a deal breaker. This bag, again, I think it will be aimed and suited better for smaller, petite people. I am about 175, 180. I'm working on getting back into shape, but I am a little bigger than I normally am, so maybe that's my issue. Again, I do have a larger chest, runs in the family. Maybe that's my issue. Maybe the straps are just cut and sewn for a petite person, like, you know, 160 below. I feel like that might fit and feel a lot better if you're going to be a little more slimmer or more petite, because I feel like the digging in was the bigger issue than the slipping off. So that made the bag just really, really uncomfortable to wear, where the slipping off was more annoying. It wasn't so much uncomfortable, it was just annoying. But the digging in my left armpit, that was just really uncomfortable to wear. And even mitigating it with the sternum strap, it still did not make the bag really that comfortable to wear. And I did wear this for extended periods of time. And the longest period I wore this at, the first time, it was on the train when we were taking the train from Coney Island into Manhattan, and I can feel it digging in there. And that was the first time I really wore the pack. And it was something that I thought, okay, maybe it's something I'm gonna notice, the bag will break in a little bit, and it never did. That was the first trip that I took it on, and it continued to be an issue every time I wore the pack after that. So we're gonna move into our points of note, and the very first one is this front stretch pocket here. It actually has a zipper on it. Now for me, this is a personal negative, because one of the bags I had, the Mystery Ranch In-N-Out 19, also had a zipper on the stretch front pocket, and I feel like this inhibits what you can get in here and how much you can utilize it, because this pocket will stretch quite a bit. There's a lot of give to this material, but you now have a rigid zipper across the top of it, so it's not going to stress you. You can't get as large or as oversized items inside, and you won't be able to stuff it as large because you have this zipper that's going to inhibit that. Now, I have my first aid kit in here, so it is kind of secured, so I can zipper it in and secured. I could throw my cell phone in here. If I were to take this on the park, or if I had this on, say, I carry this on to like an older roller coaster, I had it at my feet, I wouldn't have to worry about anything bouncing loose and falling out, because it could be secured in there. But please note, there is a zipper, and it does inhibit the capacity that you can fit inside this front stretch pocket. And the bag does pack into its own pocket, and that is the quick access pocket at the top of the bag. You see there is a little bit of Matador branding in here, and you also have a little tab here that is a loop that you can use to clip this to another bag, a larger bag. Or what I would do in my Mystery Ranch In-N-Out 19 is when I wasn't using it, I'd usually pack into its own pocket, and I would hang it in the closet off of these hooks that I have, right off the loop. That way it took up less space in the closet, and it was still pretty accessible for when I needed it. And again, that is the quick access pocket right at the top of the bag. Now, one kind of surprising feature to this bag that you don't see, it does actually have a luggage pass-through. Now, I'm utilizing part of that for a carabiner, so I'll remove this carabiner. So what you do is you take the sternum strap, and you will actually run it through these 2 loops on either side of the bag, and you snap it together, and now you have a luggage pass-through, so you can slide this right over your roller bag, and you can pull it through the airport and not have to pack it. So if you wanted to take this as an actual like carry-on or personal item on the plane, you can do that, and you can still slide it over your roller bag and lug it around with you, so you don't have to get a sweaty back when you're dashing to catch that flight that you're just about gonna miss. And when I'm not using it as a luggage pass-through, I use the loop to attach a carabiner, so I have an extra lashing point for something, so I can put any additional oversized items on the bag. The next point of note is something that I would normally put into the negatives of the bag, and it is this very, very tiny, thin grab handle. Now this is so thin that this would cut into the hand. But because this bag is actually quite small, I'm not carrying a ton of weight in it, so I'm not really so worried about the grab handle being too thin because there's not enough weight to really pull into my hand here, and I'm not utilizing this as much because I can also just grab it by one of the shoulder straps, and I can pick it up by the right shoulder strap, and then I can just sling it over my back, and then I can throw my left arm through and put the bag right on. And another point that I saw in another video is that this is back far enough on the bag that it makes it easy to hang this on a hook in a bathroom stall. Sometimes when the grab handles are too far forward, there's too much bag and then bunches up, or your bag might fall. And nobody wants their bag falling on the floor of a dirty public restroom. So having the grab handle be a little bit further back on the bag allows for it to hang a lot easier on the back of a bathroom stall door. And my last point of note is that when you put a water bottle in one of the water bottle pockets, it does kind of block the zippers. So you can see here my water bottle is blocking my zippers. So I can still access them, I can still grab it and unzip the bag, but it does kind of get in the way. So, I mean, the easy solution is you have two of them, whatever side. I like to keep my zippers on the left side of my bag, so I access them with my right hand. Would just be to keep your water bottle in the other pocket, so then it's a non-issue because the zipper pulls are both on this side right now, so I don't have any issue getting to my zippers. But if I were to be utilizing both water bottle pockets, you're gonna have a little bit of an issue, so you might want to zip the zipper tabs a little bit higher up. But if you are utilizing the security loop on the main body of the bag, keeping your zippers on the top is not gonna be an option because you're going to have them down below this loop. So, you know, just be cognizant of it. You can, again, still access it totally fine, but if you are only using one water bottle, just keep the water bottle on the opposite side of the bag that you keep the zippers at. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that there's no security loop on the other side of the bag. It's only one-sided on the main body of the bag. Now let's get into the positives, the very first one being this bag looks pretty nice. I love this overall look. It's one of the things that drew me to it. It has the features that I was looking for. Stretch front pocket, dual water bottle pockets, kind of a plain look, quick access pocket, basic simple bag. Doesn't have daisy chaining, but I saw the loops, which I figured I can use as lashing points. Didn't even realize that these were luggage pass-through loops, which I feel like is a pretty cool design because now I don't have to have an extra piece of nylon on here making the bag heavier. Because for some people, weight does matter. For me, I honestly don't care if this bag weighs a few ounces more, if there's a piece of nylon there as a strapping, but for some people, weight matters, so they might spend some money on something else as opposed to this bag or any other bag that has a little bit higher weight. So the way that they're incorporating the luggage pass-through into the bag with just these two little loops was pretty cool, but again, I saw the loops and thought that this could act as my lashing strap for any of my larger external items. Another huge pro for this bag is that it actually comes in 3 different colorways, but when it came time to order, I ended up going with just the regular black, which I don't know why. That slate blue is a pretty sick color. I kind of wish I gave it a shot, but Matador, you only usually get black, but this comes in 3 different colorways, so it gives you options to fit your personal preference. The next positive are these water bottle pockets. We do have 2 of them, which I love when I have dual water bottle pockets, and they are pretty tall, so they can swallow larger water bottles. Now this is my standard 750 milliliter Camelback chute, and it's actually not even sitting all the way down on the bottom. I still have a little bit of space, and that's because this bottle has this handle to it, so it's kind of preventing it. But if I had a regular water bottle without the lid like this, it would actually swallow the water bottle, and it stays in there pretty good. I mean, it's sliding a little bit, but this bag's not fully packed out, so if I were to pack this bag out a little bit more, it would stay in there pretty good. I mean, it's not falling out, but it is sliding a little bit. But I'll mostly be walking like this, and it's not really coming out nearly as much when I'm shaking it vertically as opposed to horizontally. So the water bottle pockets, you get 2. They have good stretch to them, so you could fit a variety of sizes of water bottles, and they're pretty tall, so it actually swallows your water bottle and helps to secure it so it's not gonna fall out. And lastly, even though I said this bag is pretty small, it does hold a fair amount, and it has a fair amount of organization. We have 2 water bottle pockets that you can use for other things besides water bottles. We have a front stretch quick access pocket. We have a top quick access pocket with the PU coated cover zippers, and then we have the main body of the bag that we actually have quite a bit of space for. So in here I kind of have just a basic dad bag set up right now. I have my summer first aid kit that includes like some bug spray and some sunscreen, wipes and stuff, and that's it. I took the extra clothes out because I needed the extra clothes, so I ended up washing them. So normally I'll keep another one of these pouches, a blue one that has some extra clothes for Hazel and generally a t-shirt for me in there. So I mean, it's not completely full right now, but I can fit quite a bit. I had this packed out pretty big the day we went to the last county fair, because that was the day it was supposed to pour. So I brought 3 rain jackets, all of this stuff, plus the change of clothes for her. And then this quick access up top, I have my allergy pills and extra pills, some aspirin, some ibuprofen, and then, oh, this is my boo-boo kit with my Band-Aids and whatnot. And then the front pouch, I think, is my everything else. Yeah, this is like masks and hand sanitizer, and there are more Band-Aids in here because I bought a big box of Band-Aids and it wasn't gonna all fit in here, so I just put the box in here, because sometimes when you got a 4.5, 5-year-old, you go through a lot of Band-Aids. So I'd rather carry a ton of Band-Aids than not have any at all. And right now the bag is fairly flat. I'm not carrying a lot in it, but when I did have it packed out, it actually did carry a fair amount of stuff, and it does have a decent amount of organization. And the water bottle pockets do fit those big fat fair cups, and all of the extra junk that she picks up from like the 4-H booths, the stickers and the information and the packets that my daughter likes to grab. And she was throwing all of those in one of the water bottle pockets, and then I had the big lemonade cup when it was empty in the other one. Because when you pay $10 for those big cups at the fairs, it only costs $5 to refill it. And when it's pretty warm outside, you go through a lot of fluid, so of course I kept that thing. So all in final summation, do I think the Matador ReFraction Packable Backpack is worth your 60 bucks? And honestly, no, I don't. Maybe if you're smaller than me, again, I'm about 175, 180. I had the issues with the straps, left dug in, right slid off, and even with the sternum strap to mitigate that issue, it still wasn't the most comfortable bag to wear. If you're considerably smaller than me, I'm saying like 160 less, this bag might feel pretty good on you. For me, it just didn't work out. It does have some features that I really, really like, namely these really nice stretch water bottle pockets, the stretch front pocket. In my mind, I thought about potentially just cutting the zipper off the front stretch pocket so I would have all of that stretch back and I can put oversized bulky items in here. I did not do that. When I test bags, I test them as they are made. If I plan on keeping them, that's when I will do mods. I call them non-destructive mods. It's the only types of mods I will do to a bag when I first get it. And that's like putting some paracord on zipper pulls to silence them, or, you know, maybe changing up a few things like strapping on like a carabiner, or maybe running some shock cord through the bag if it wasn't intended. Like things like that, things that aren't going to change the way the bag ultimately functions as it was made. I'm not going to remove a zipper or clip zipper tabs off until after I'm done reviewing it. Then I'll move into like my long-term reviews. Anyway, I don't intend on keeping this bag because it was not comfortable for me. So if you are about my size, I'm gonna say pass on this. The Mystery Wrench In-N-Out 19 was a very, very nice, very, very comfortable bag for me. I regret selling that. I kind of wish I still had it. Did have the same issue with the front stretch pocket, and it did only have one water bottle pocket, so keep that in mind. If you maybe I'm putting that in your mind right now, it only has one water bottle pocket. It's got a weird shape to it, and it also has the zipper stretch front pocket on it, which will inhibit what you can fit into that front stretch pocket. But overall aesthetics of the ReFraction, I really like the way this bag looks. I really, really wish that it was a tiny bit bigger, it was a lot more comfortable, and it didn't have the zipper. Otherwise, it would have been like the perfect bag. This, in my mind, of what I've been looking for my Disney bag, this is the closest thing that exists in reality to that bag. And the straps just let me down, which is a shame because I absolutely love my Beast 28. That bag is also packable, incredibly comfortable. I use it a lot. I've had it for a couple of years now. I use it quite a bit. I've lugged it through various state parks in both Pennsylvania and New York. It's never let me down, but the Refraction Day Pack or Refraction Backpack, this let me down. It was not comfortable. So I'm gonna go ahead and say my size pass, 160 less, give it a shot. Maybe it'll work for you. $60 is a good price point. Quality of the materials, the build of this bag is on par with what I have come to know and expect from Matador. Just the design just wasn't there for me. It had too many flaws, namely the straps. So I'm gonna go ahead and list this thing for sale. If you're interested, hit me up. The email's in the description box down below. So with that, if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. As my co-pilot Hazel would say, smash that big pink button down below, although it's red, and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.